Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. It's been a minute. Just wanted to touch bases. Here's some stuff that I was reviewing and looking at, and I want to check it out to see what's happening today. Now, one of the things is I want to touch on is this thing with the fear factor. How certain politicians on a certain side try to strike fear in the hearts of our community. When I say our community, you know what I mean, the black community. So thank you for joining. If you haven't hit that like or subscribe button, make sure you do that. I'm not going to stay too long, but I definitely want to touch on this. So what these politicians do is they use the propaganda where they strike fear and try to scare you to vote. Like, what is the worst thing that is going to happen if you don't vote? Oh, vote their way, I mean. That's one of the biggest things. It is not like they say don't vote. It is implied if you don't vote for us, bad things gonna happen, but they never mention exactly what's gonna happen or any details. They never say what they're gonna do to prevent it from happening. When it don't happen, they don't even talk about it. So this one channel I checked out is Philip Scott Podcasts. Great channel. I've been watching this channel for quite some time now. So he's gonna go for a little bit, and I'm gonna chime in on some things that I want to kind of point out. So just take a look, and just hear something. These Democrats running the same play over and over again. Alright, check this out.
We'll make sure to give her a shout out for that. Make sure you go subscribe to Sister Demetria channel, Demetria K, on YouTube. Now, do you remember 5 years ago, there was a story from Sinclair Media Group where they exposed how they was using propaganda to sway people with their messaging. If you kind of forgot about that video, let me play that short clip.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
So I just wanted to jog your memory about that particular story.
Now, did you catch that? This was a bunch of different dumb media outlets, but they was all saying the same thing. This is dangerous to my democracy. Dangerous to my democracy. Democracy. Dangerous to my democracy. They run that scare tactic on us. And unfortunately, you have so many people that still buy into that. And that's part of the problem. That's part of the situation why it's never seemed to change. But I'm gonna continue on with this to let you know that we need to start thinking things differently. Doing things different. The same thing they've been doing. It's been working, unfortunately. So they don't really have to do much but try to scare us. And for some odd reason, we still fall for the same thing. What is that famous line that Eddie Murphy said? Falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We got to do something. Alright, check this out.
And when people are initially seen, they're like, wow, as an justice and true equality. You understand? So the Democrats, so we got to have our own media that promotes the ending of white supremacy, benefits white supremacy just as much as the Republican Party benefits white supremacy. And no party want to see white supremacy end. So we got to have our own media that promotes the ending of white supremacy and the rising up of true justice and true equality. You understand? So the Democrats use propaganda as well. And they've been using this propaganda for a long time against you to get you to go out there and vote for them. Well, just as much you saw that Sinclair video, I want you to watch this video with the Democrats have done for years. Let's go ahead and roll that.
This is the most important election of our lifetime. The stakes are high.
See that? Look at the date, 2004. Almost 20 years ago. This is the most important election in our life 20 years ago. Alright, now asking why.
to be a part of the most important election of our lifetime.
In the most important election of a lifetime where everything that you care about is on the line.
This is the single most important election any of you in this room will ever have voted on.
That's why this election could not be more important. This election is the most important election of our lifetime.
It's not an exaggeration to suggest that this is the most important election anyone in this room will ever participate in.
I can't.
No, that's not. I don't know. Repeat all these different individuals running. It's saying the exact same thing. The most important election of our lifetime. It happened 2004. So do you believe them then? Oh, when do you believe them? Okay, but again, keep watching. I mean, they're not change it. They run the same play. The same play they've been running for years. We can go all the way back in the 1800s, 1900s, 1960s. We can go that far back. But we didn't have to do that. We started reaching because people said, well, that was a long time ago. Things have changed. We can talk about in 2004, and it is where we started today, and we can see they are running the same play. Let's continue. Let's see if they change the play. Okay.
Can't think of a time in my lifetime when this country has faced a more important election. Now, I know politicians always come out and say, this is the most important election. Well, this time, we're telling you the truth.
If you didn't care, let's try. Let's listen to this again.
This room will ever participate in.
I can't think of a time in my lifetime when this country has faced a more important election. Now, I know politicians always come out and say, this is the most important election. Well, this time, we're telling you the truth.
So he said, and this time we're telling you the truth. So all the other times, was he lying? Were they lying? I mean, he said these words. This is not something people put together or manufactured or said they read, or took it out of context. He literally said, you know, you heard these words before. A politician had said this before. But this time we telling you the truth, implying the other times they were lying. But somehow we still fall for it. Somebody make that make sense to me. He said, we would lie to you, but we still believe. Okay, really?
This is the most important election in our lifetimes.
When we vote in this election, we'll be deciding what kind of country we want to live in.
I really believe it's the most important election of our lifetimes because we've never had a clearer choice. There are only now 7 days left in the most important election of our lifetimes.
Voice is important, it matters, and this is one of the most important elections of our lifetime.
No hyperbole. This election is bigger than politics. This is the most important election you have ever had, no matter how young you are.
The real reason I came down to Miami, because this Tuesday might be the most important election of our lifetimes. Politicians will always say that, but this time it's actually true.
You want to know why we
young you are.
The real reason I came down to Miami, because this Tuesday might be the most important election of our lifetimes. Politicians will always say that, but this time it's actually true.
Another time they say all the politicians have said it. This was in 2008. We can go back up 2018. So 10 years ago when that other guy said it. That this time I'm telling truth. 10 years later, now he's saying same exact thing. So that's implying when that guy said it in 2008. That was a lie. This is what I'm saying. They keep running the same dang going play. And we keep falling for it. If you heard his voice, it seems like you want to laugh. It's like they know they run in the same thing. And it's like, let's see if they can fall for it again. Wait, seriously, what else could it be? They run in a second. Thanks. Over and over and over.
Most important election of our lifetimes. Politicians will always say that, but this time it's actually true.
This is a national emergency of our moral values. That's why this is the most important election of our lifetime. This is a moral reckoning as much as anything.
This is clearly the most important election in the modern history of this country. And Joe Biden, you have a human being who is empathetic.
3 days until the most important election of our lifetimes. And that includes mine, which...
Let's listen to them again. Look at this. Battle for the soul of our nation. Is that what we're doing here? See, this is what I mean. They keep using these fear tactics to scare us into voting. The scare tactics. And somehow, some way, we constantly keep falling for it. Why? Why do we keep falling for this? Come on, we gotta do better than this. This is up. This is ridiculous. We have to do better. To keep falling for the same thing again. You had these politicians in 2018, 2020, Bernie Sanders. This is the most important. It's like they have a big meeting and they say, hey, here's the script. You can ad lib a little bit. I know other politician has said it, but you have to stick to this script. And why we keep falling for this?
Which was pretty important. This Tuesday, everything is on the line.
I believe this is the most important, and this is not rhetoric. I truly believe this is the most important election in our lifetime.
Wait, come on now. You do recall that. I'm just wanting everybody to understand that she said that in 2018 is the most important. But now she said, okay, I can get this. Instead of in 2018, this is the most important action of our lifetime. That's what she said.
Voice is important, it matters, and this is one of the most important elections of our lifetime.
Really beginning to think that again. Some of them know that it sounds silly, but they gotta stick to the plan. Stick to the plan.
This Tuesday, everything is on the line.
I believe this is the most important, and this is not rhetoric. I truly believe this is the
funniest part about all that. She couldn't get it out without stumbling over. 'Cause she knows, but they're not stupid. They got degrees. These politicians are not dumb. It's like they know but it's like they think so little of us. And it's been working to keep running the same play. And she couldn't even get it out without.
Most important election in our lifetime.
It's the most important election in our lifetimes, not because I'm running.
This is the most important election of our lifetime.
I can't do the insurance reform stuff.
We took a long time to do our bill.
I can't just take this stuff.
But I can't do that by myself.
Don't have it.
I do believe. It's like, okay, did you hear that? They keep saying it. What they can't do. They want you to vote for them, but then they turn around and tell you what they cannot do. I'm confused. Why are we voting for people? And then once they get in the office, they say what they can't do. Why do we keep falling for the same thing? Come on, we have to do better.
I can't do the insurance reform stuff.
We took a long time to do our bill.
I can't just take this stuff.
But I can't do that by myself.
Don't have the assurances.
One of the lessons I've learned in my first 4 years is that you can't change Washington from the inside.
Now that video.
Did y'all hear that? Right. Did you hear what he just said? Oh, one of the most important things you can learn. You cannot change Washington from inside. Did you? Did you hear that? Just in case you didn't, let's go back.
Stuff.
But I can't do that by myself.
Don't have the assurances.
One of the lessons I've learned in my first 4 years is that you can't change Washington from the inside.
Now that video.
This guy literally said he cannot change, washing it from the inside. So they say, this is the most important election and vote for me uses a fear tactic. You vote for them, and then they say, well, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it by myself. And then they turn around and say, well, you can't change Washington from the inside. So let me ask you this. Why? I'm saying I didn't want to make this too long. Why are you voting for people that's telling you they can't change it from the inside? Why are you there? I just want to leave you on that. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you think someone else like hearing this information, definitely feel free to share it out again. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think if you try and do some different this next time. Election, we have to, because things ain't never gonna change. You hear what they're saying. They're saying it out their own mouths. This 2023, we have all the media in the world that's non-biased to actually see what's going on. I am going to leave the original link to this video in my description below. Check him out, Phil Scott. He got a couple of different channels, and this is one of them. Come on, we gotta do better than this. Like I said before, you know better. You do better. Check you out on the next one.